Okay, Drew, I got a couple. First is just obviously physically. How did you feel on Monday, and how do you feel today?
Yeah, I'm feeling better every day. It's been a good process so far with the doctors and all the trainers here. Now I got to go out and throw the ball. That's all I could have really asked for today. I was excited and ready to get back out there and throw it, and I was feeling good.
How about Monday morning when you wake up?
Well, you could expect the answer to that one. It was probably pretty sore. I was definitely sore.
And then from a football perspective, I know you've looked at them, but Miami does use a lot of those 7 and 8 man looks up front. A lot of guys standing up. Do you have any comparable defenses in college you faced? I went back and looked at some, but I didn't find many. But what do you feel like when you're looking at that?
You mostly get that kind of stuff in the red zone in college. People are a little scared to do that because, if you have a little better athlete outside and you don't have a single high safety, they're playing cover 0, you're going to get burnt. All we got to do is just chuck it out to that guy and he's going to outrun your defender. But in the NFL, it gets tougher. You can't just backpedal and throw up a go ball and cover 0 because, they have good DBs. They got guys that are fast coming to get you. You got to figure out a way to sometimes scheme up a couple of cover 0 looks you might get in the game. Just be ready for it. It's a thing you got to react to, not necessarily, overthink, so to say.
Hey, Drew, I got 2 for you. The way you're progressing now, do you expect to be available Sunday?
I would like to be. I'm going to take it day by day with these doctors and the trainers and even the coaches. I'm going to let them, make a decision on whether or not they want to play me or not. And, obviously, I'll give my opinion, and that's going to be I want to play. But it's in the end, it's not 100% up to me what happens.
Yeah. Secondly, when you watch when a game doesn't go your way and you watch the tape on Monday or Tuesday, is it confirm what you thought happened on the field, or has it been educational and enlightening?
I think both. It confirms what I expected to see. There's some really bad plays, and then there's some really good plays. It's all about just minimizing the really bad plays. And what's funny is half the time, right as the ball leaves my hand, I'm like, oh, God, that's not going to be a good one. It's one of those gut things. Right as you let it go, it's like, oh no. And every quarterback has those moments. It's just about limiting those moments. The defense is going to beat you. They're going to beat you a play or two here and there. And, it's okay to understand that that's a part of this game. And the people across the ball get paid a lot to do what they do too. I just got to start thinking that way and still be aggressive. I'll always be aggressive, but just know when it's the right time.
Hey, Drew, did the injuries impact the game at all on Sunday, the bruises that you had? And also, what point did you start to feel them during the game?
It was the beginning of the second quarter when that hit happened. Yeah, I was feeling it. Yeah, but, you play football your whole life growing up. You get twisted ankles, bruise here, bruise there. It was nothing that I wouldn't be able to, go home and look my dad in the eyes and say, yeah, Dad, sorry, I sat out that second half because I had some bruised ribs. Like, that's not how I was raised. You're going to be tough. You're going to go out there and play. And until they got to drag you off the field, that's what you're going to do.
Thanks, America. Well, Drew, when you do have a sprained ankle, that's pretty straightforward, the rehab on that. How do you rehab bruised or sore ribs and a strained oblique? And then how do you throttle it down to show the coaches, hey, I'm good to go, but you don't want to let it all hang out today, knowing the game's Sunday? So how does it all work?
Yeah, that was the weirdest part, about today is, rep here and a rep there. And, when the reps you get in there, they're extremely important because you want to show them, yeah, I'm ready to go. And instead of just them taking your word for it. And it is an interesting process because, your ribs do have a lot to do with how you throw and the oblique muscles and everything. So it's a different task. A lot of heat, a lot of ice, a lot of stem, a lot of ultrasound stuff. There's just a lot that goes into it. But it's just about being smart throughout the week. As a young player, I know I need a lot of reps, but at the same time, I think Coach Shula and Coach Shermer have done a good job when I'm not taking those reps of being in there and trying to get the middle reps as best as I can. And if they feel comfortable enough with that, then that's still up to their decision.
Thanks, Mike.
Yeah, Drew, young career still, not even done with your second year here, but you've had a couple injuries. Is the fact, is that in your mind a little bit? You don't want to miss another game because of injury, because you've already missed, significant time with two others?
Yeah. It does hurt, missing any time, especially from a guy that didn't miss any in high school and college. And then first couple accidents I've had have been here. It definitely does motivate you. I think anyone that's hurt in this league realizes that, the longer you're not playing, the longer you're not playing, the faster you get forgot about type deal. And, it's just kind of always in the back of it. It's a profession. It's a job. It's everything. If you're not able to do your job, then technically you're not helping your teammates out. And that's the worst part for me is I want to be there for them. I want to lead them. And I just want to be a part of a special game on Sunday and have a good feeling in the locker room afterwards, have the whole shebang. And can't do that if you're on the sideline.
Drew, you've always been a confident guy. Where does it kind of stand mentally for you? These 9 games as a team certainly haven't gone the way you guys have liked. You lead the league, not you, but you guys lead the league in turnovers. Where are you? Where you kind of wrap your head around that in terms of how you move forward? Given when you're healthy, but how do you move forward with this offense?
Yeah, that's step one is just taking care of the ball. It's all about, like I've said before, it's just reps and being able to become more familiar with each other and keeping a steady base of guys in the game and getting reps together. But like I say it every week, it's really about those little things. It's about us taking care of the ball. It's about us not being in third and long. It's about us, maximizing our first down play. There's just all the little intricate things that go into football are the ones that are kind of biting us in our butt right now. And, we can fix that by practicing well and focusing on the details, but it's going to come with time. And I'm hoping that we take a step forward going into this Sunday. I know we will.
Guys, time for a few more.
Hey, Drew, I got a couple quick ones for you. One is, given the pain or discomfort you were in, was there any concern that you had fractured ribs like Drew Brees had? And then secondly, how do you wash away a 4-interception game? Do you have that kind of short memory we hear about the defensive backs always, mentioning? I know you have to study, the film and what went wrong, but how do you wash that away?
Yeah, I didn't even know I threw 4 last weekend. No, you gotta wash them away. You can't think about it. You gotta watch it, obviously, learn from it, and then evaluate yourself after that game and see what you could have done different on those plays, and try not to do it going into the other weeks. That's all you can do. So you just can't sulk. Can't feel bad for yourself. No one's gonna feel bad for you in this league ever, and you just gotta keep pushing forward. And what was the first question again? I went straight to the second one.
Right. If given the discomfort you were in, were you?
Oh, the Breeze deal. Yeah. Well, we did both do the same thing to our hands last year, so that was a weird coincidence in back-to-back years with the hand and then the rib. So, no, I wasn't too worried about it because you could go over and, I talked to Vince and talked to Matt, and after they looked at me, it was after the field examination type deal, you could tell it was just some muscles and some bruising. So I told him beforehand, I'm like, listen, I only think this is a bruise. I don't really think anything's wrong in there, but it is, hurting a little bit right now. So could you check it out? And sure enough, that's when, the next steps came and found out what it was.
Final two, Kyle and Andrew. Go ahead, Kyle.
Hey, Drew, when you look over at Miami and what Tua and the young Dolphins are doing with all their youth and just really rising maybe a year or two earlier than people thought, any cues or anything can take from what they're doing and the success they're having?
The Dolphins are the Dolphins, and we're the Broncos. They run a different offense than we do. They run a different defense than we do. They have a different quarterback, different offensive line, different wide receivers. So only thing you really take from them is that they score more points than the other teams do, and we're not doing that. Whether that's, what they do or how they do it, that's up to them. But my focus is the Broncos right now, not the Dolphins.
Final.
Hey, Drew, Pat was saying that the responsibility for adjusting protections pre-snap starts with the quarterback and center. So how do you feel you are at this compared with when you first started last year, and what are the things that can be done day to day to continue improving?
Yeah, I'm definitely farther ahead than what I was last year. The thing that helped me a lot last year was, you have a veteran guy. You got a guy that's played tackle, he's played guard, and he's played center. And that was his second year at center, to where he's been in the league for a minute. We talk about our young, skilled athletes, but a lot of people forget about Kush being the rookie he is, and me and him both having to work together to get these blitzes picked up. It's not easy. You have thoughts on where you want to slide it this week or where you want to take it or who they like to blitz the most. And, just like I've said every week, guys come in and it's a little different. You might get stung in the first half by, we scouted them, we thought this thing, and then they brought something else. It's just all about adapting in game for me and Kush. And that's the biggest thing that we need to keep making, progress in is, we can get all the looks that we've seen on film, and majority of the time it will be the ones you've seen on film, but it's about us picking up the ones that aren't always on the film, don't get in practice. It's just us being ball players out there and keeping these drives alive.